Hello! Welcome back to the homestead where I'm just showing you life on our side of the mountain. I'm back in the walipini and it is steamy. Look at this. Need little windshield wipers. It's really hot. Yeah, if you don't mind. We made a little greenhouse within the greenhouse, so I'm going to show you guys that. Our seedlings are doing good. It is nice and full in here. We had another snow, so that's why we made this little greenhouse to keep all the seedlings alive, and it did the trick. Adam came out here while it was snowing and made this little makeshift greenhouse out of pieces from the greenhouse that broke last year when we had a snow, just completely crumbled. But as you can see, the shelves, we managed to save last year. All the pieces are good, so Adam put that back up, and we have a bunch of seedlings in here. We threw this roofing material over. It's just some thick plastic, and that's definitely added some more insulation and some heat and moisture. So it's doing really good. It feels like Florida in here. It's really humid, frizzy, steamy. But yeah, let me show you what's going on. So you can see our melons are loving it in here, and so are the squash. The peppers are coming up. I planted tomatoes yesterday and started moving the tomato seedlings down, and they already have started popping up over here. I like to try to find all seeds that were grown in my area. I have a friend who sells seeds, so I always get my seeds through her. But then they're acclimatized to whatever climate you're growing in. So for us especially, we have a really short season. Also, I wanted to show y'all how wild the greenhouse walls have gotten. I told you guys they come alive in garden season. These daisy-like flowers always come back and they spread. We have a bunch of those coming up. We have a whole thing of clover. The gooseberries back here have gotten so big. That's wild lettuce, which is good for medicinal reasons. Okay, here's some dill. You can see there. Usually it grows from this wall, and then we also have a little bit coming up on this side. And this is so nice. We use a lot of dill, so it's cool that it just started growing out of the walls. We didn't even plant those. So it's just wild dill that's been spreading. The grapes are doing really good. They're growing like crazy. Let's see what else. The kale and spinach on this side is good. We have a bunch of blueberries already coming in. So we have some Concord grape, but we just added a catawaba, which is really fun to say, if that's how you say it. But we're going to get these planted outside this year. We're going to build a little area for that. Yeah, it's about time we figure out where to put all these seedlings. This area is full, so we'll have to figure out where to put these and then kind of get this area cleared out, clean up the walls, and get ready to be planting fully in the beds. I'm going to do a bunch of tomatoes in here, some squash, some peppers. So I need to make space for everything. Along with working in the walipini over here, I'm going to start prepping the outdoor beds, and also the other greenhouse, which is up there. So yeah, before I start prepping and doing all that, I am going to start harvesting this rhubarb. This is our huge rhubarb plant. It grows a bunch every year, spreads like crazy. By the end of the season, it's out past the path marker. So we're going to start harvesting because we want to make rhubarb wine. And the first step of that process is chopping up the rhubarb and freezing it. So we've just been harvesting as the rhubarb comes in, so none goes to waste. And this has grown a bunch in the past week. So I'm going to grab some more of this real quick. So you can see in here, these are the new crowns that are growing in. And they are just everywhere. So these are just new rhubarb plants. These seeds spread really easily. So we actually have rhubarb down in this garden bed, behind me in a few spots, and along the path up to the front of the garden. So this year, hopefully we'll have a bunch of rhubarb to harvest, and we can make some fun stuff with it. We usually have a ton of rhubarb, but we've only made drinks with it. We haven't tried rhubarb pie or anything like that, but I've heard good things. This year we're gonna probably make wine with the majority of it. And then if we have some extra to play around with, we will. But I'm gonna cut this down a lot because it's still pretty early in the season and I know it will grow back. Adam actually cut the one down there. He cut it all the way down and I'll show you what it's done so far. But again, in only a week, you can kind of see that it has grown right back up. But I'll show you a closer look at that in a second. Okay, here is the rhubarb after I cut it back. Here's our huge pile that I'm gonna go inside and start processing. So all of these will grow new leaves. It'll just keep coming out and keep coming out. And like I said, it grows past the plant or the path marker. Adam cut this back all the way, just like I did to that one. He cut this back a week ago and you can already see how many new stalks are coming in. And these are real nice and pink. So I think I'm gonna actually harvest these as well and add it to the basket if there's any space. And here is another big rhubarb plant. This is on the back side of the walipini. There's paths that go up here with garden beds. We have a long bed over here. And this is actually where we're gonna put the chicken coop, which we will be building probably this week. These are the gooseberry bushes that we gathered the gooseberries for last year's wine. So yeah, this is kind of just the back side of the garden, I guess you could say. But I'm gonna harvest this as well. You can see these are nice and pink. There's more stalks popping up everywhere. So we're gonna harvest everything we can as it comes in. Look how nice and pink these stalks are. They're so great. All right, that's our rhubarb harvest. There's the basket down there. So I'm gonna go inside and start processing this. All right, so this is almost the last of the tomatoes. And then Adam went to the store the other day and the lady at the store, the chick was like, hey, I have plants if you want one. So we have a little aloe plant that I'm gonna probably put into a bigger container and put in the greenhouse. But anyways, this is almost the last batch of tomatoes. I planted 8 different varieties, like 12 to 15 plants each. So I'm gonna get in here and try to figure out where I can put these seedlings. And then I only have 1 variety left to plant. So I'm gonna do that real quick, get these in here, and then go process the rhubarb. But my phone is about to lose charge. So that's that for today. Thank you for hanging out. A quick little walipini update.
Love
Adam.
you guys. Brought to you by Sis Bazaar. Buy all things.
Oh yeah, our Sis Bazaar, SOZbazaar.com. We just released a lot of new items that are all handmade by us on our mountain. They're super cool. And Adam's an artist and he does all the designs. So go check it out. SOZbazaar.com. Wait, let's do your hat.
Pretty worn, but
yeah, anyways, go check it out. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you on the next one.